Welcome to Gail's Garden Herbs and More 2. And people worry that they just give up. They say, I can't put in a garden where I live. I don't have enough room for it to do any good. Let me tell you, by the camera, this may look big, but it is not. Let's see how long it is. I'm just going to step it off. I've got a little elderberry coming up there. But anyway, I'm going to take it from the edge of this post, and I don't even have all of that planted, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, maybe 10 or 11 feet wide, which is not really very wide. And then we're going to walk off this end. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And this one's about 11 feet long. And I don't even know if that's 10 feet wide. I was giving a lot of space. That had big steps. I wasn't using my little feet. So, but it's still not very big. Okay, now let's go inside and see what we find. The worst critter I've had is the neighbor's cat trying to get in here, trying to find a way to get to my chickens. Although I had something at 1 o'clock in the morning a couple nights ago. I heard my chickens scream and holler. And let me show you what happened. Probably a bobcat or a raccoon or something. This wire was all bubbled up. I don't know if you can tell on the camera, but something jumped up here and bent it in. And see, what happens is on this high up here, my chickens have been roosting way up high because rats come in from the creek and stuff and run in here. They don't like to be low at all. I'll show you what I have. We'll go back around this and come in through this gate. I got gates all over the place here. I don't have a very big place. I live actually in a trailer court. So don't give up. But this is down the little hill. They let me put in a few chickens. But as you see, I have perches for them. And sometimes they'll get on that tall one, especially if it's raining. But in the summer, they go out there and perch way up there, way high. And but something jumped up on top. They were real, but I got my flashlight and thought about coming out, but I just thought that would not be wise because we do have mountain lions and stuff here too. So I might add, it looks like something has really pulled at this wire too, really hard. All these rocks, not that night, but before then, were pulled away, and something was trying to dig under there too. So they had actually got into my yard. But this is an extra wiring on the outside of the cage, which I'm glad because it looks like something pulled at it. Okay, now coming into this, let me show you where we are, into this little section. I've got these my corn stalks didn't grow very big. I've only got 9 that made it. I think I planted about a dozen. They're not, I wish you could tell, they're really not very big. But I have got the best corn off from these things. Look at this little one here. You would think there'd be nothing on it. There's more corn. See? And what I've done, I've had no bugs, knock on wood, and no worms or anything. And I've told before, but I'll say it again because it's so important. When these tassels come out, I put about a teaspoon of oil on it. And when you do that, and an old lady, now I'm old, she probably was my age at that time, but years ago, showed me about doing that and how she did that. And her corn was always so nice. Not all of mine got pollinated, the kernels. Each one of these strands goes to an individual kernel on the corn. Something's been eating the silk, as you can see on this one. So not all of my kernels, this one looks pretty good though, but a lot of them, something's eating the silk off. So not all of my kernels have gotten pollinated, but still enough that on most of them, I have kernels. It does, and they're big kernels. Even on the little cobs, you'd think you wouldn't get much, but the kernels are huge and they're not tough. They're tender and sweet. So we have that in here. And then if you look, in between, there's all kinds of herbs. Look at that. Look at this. That tastes like lemon. It's not clover because if you look real close, it looks like little hearts. Looks like 3 hearts together. Okay? It's wood sorrel. That tastes almost like lemon. I've actually made a syrup out of it one year, but I don't use a lot of sweets and syrups. I just had to try it. It was actually very good. Okay, if we keep looking, I mean, this is just full of herbs. This is, guess what that is? What plant has like they call it a lion's tooth on it? Do you remember what that is? With the little yellow flowers? I'm sure many of you know. Dandelion. Okay. If you want omega-3s, everybody's buying fish oil for omega-3s. Well, this is purslane, and it is everywhere. I need to cut just a big bunch of it and make a big salad. I usually cut a little bit and put in my salad. I don't want to cook it because I don't want to kill everything, but you can throw it in and lightly saute it too. It has omega-3s and other stuff that's just loaded with stuff that's really, really good for you. We can walk through here and find all kinds of things. Yellow dock, the root's really good. I use the root to help me if I get constipated. Here's more of that. I made a tincture of this, and it really worked. It didn't work on my heel when I got bit by some sort of wasp or something. It didn't work very well because I couldn't keep the tincture on it. I tried to put it on some cloth and tape it on there, but it didn't get enough on it. But then a few days later, I got bit in the finger, and I just poured a little bit of this with the tincture that I made with this into a little jar and stuck my finger in it while I watched about a 15 or 20 minute video. My finger didn't swell. There was never any pain. You can't even tell I got bit. Boy, I could when he first bit me. But count the ribs on the back. There's 5 ribs. You could see it kind of on the front too. Sometimes it'll almost look like 4. But if you look, there's usually 5. I could go on. There is so many herbs in here. It's just full of herbs. Now over here, and I don't know why, I had planted, looks like it was, I'm not even sure what I planted there. It didn't get very big though. It's growing a little something. I think it's a cantaloupe. And then I've got okra, which this has been a very cool summer. And okra likes hot. And it's my whole garden was late. Of course, there's California poppies and all kinds of stuff in here. Cat's eye and a lot of stuff. But I've got the okra. And then I throw leftover veggies and stuff in here in the fall and winter because I let the chickens run in this area. So I had 2 volunteer tomato plants, and I've talked about them before. I'm hoping they are black crims, but here's some here. They look more like an Arkansas Traveler than a black crim, but maybe they'll get bigger and turn into a black crim, and maybe I've got one of each. Who knows? That's going to make a type of a little winter squash that are real sweet. I just call them, I got my original seeds from my son, so I'm not sure what they are. But they're good, whatever they are. And it's growing up. It's going crazy. I mean, it's just growing everywhere. And it's growing up on the other side and up the hill, too. So there are so many things in here. It's really a lot of fun. Isn't okra beautiful? Look at the beautiful red stalks. I don't have any flowers open right now. But when the flowers open, they're some of the most beautiful flowers that you've ever seen. Okra has gorgeous, just grow them for the beautiful plant if you don't like okra. But I love okra, especially fried okra rolled in flour and cornmeal, salted a little and fried. Ooh, so good. Some people like gumbo and stuff like that. I'm not into that so much. But, and I love okra raw. It almost tastes, the kernels inside the okra pod almost taste like corn kernels to me. So it's not a lot of room, but I've actually got a lot of food out of this little bitty area. most of my garden is grown in pots. And yeah, it takes money for the dirt inside the compost. You build slowly as you go along, but try to get good quality pots that'll last. The sun destroys most plastic pots. Sometimes that's all you can get that'll only last, maybe used to last a few years, now sometimes only a year or two. But whatever you can get, yeah, whatever you can get would be great, because you want to grow. And then once you get the better made pots, then you can get better pots and pour the dirt from the old ones that broke into the better ones, and the better ones last you for a long time, like wine barrels or big ceramic ones or something. But it is an investment. But if you get the good kind, it can last for years. I've been told by the old timers, people that lived here along this creek years ago, they said it used to be full of fish. I don't see any fish now. We had a few years of drought, and I think they all must have died, or the raccoons came in and fished them all out and ate them. I don't know, but we don't have any fish as of now. And this is my third summer here, and I have not seen any fish. But fish would be nice if you eat fish. There's wild blackberries here. If you look around through the woods, there's other stuff too. So you can forage. You can grow things in a small area. Whatever you do, don't give up. Keep trying. Just grow a little bit if that's all you can grow. If you just have a little tiny patio, or maybe you don't even have a patio. Do you have a friend that has a patio or a little area you can grow? Or, whatever you can. Fresh fruit, it'll help your budget. It's better for you. It also brings hope. To watch something grow and produce just fills you with hope. I don't know why that is. So if you're short on hope, or you feel a little lonesome or whatever, God gave us so many different things, and one of the things that He gave us was nature and plants. Give it a try.